In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. May the peace, mercy, and blessings of Allah be upon you. God willing, we will make shawarma bread together today, in a very easy way and with very precise ingredients. First of all, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, with half a kilo of flour. This is flour designated for baked goods, or we can get multi-purpose flour. So I have 2½ tablespoons of sugar, 2½ tablespoons and half a teaspoon of powdered malab. This is what malab looks like before grinding. This is what I give. This is optional. If you don't want to put it, don't put it. And a teaspoon of salt, half a bag of instant yeast, and a 1/4 cup of oil. I will have a cup of milk and half a cup of warm water. Warm milk and warm water. We begin, in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. I will put the sugar and liquids together and put the malab as well. I add the oil. I add a cup of milk and half a cup of water. And I put a big spoon of yeast and I worry a lot until the sugar is circulating and I put another yeast. That's why I move it a little to make sure it's working or not. So I stir well and then I pour it again for 10 minutes or a 1/4 of an hour and then I pour it. And after the yeast started to ferment, I made sure it was fine. It might start to crack in the salt. I didn't put the salt in the beginning so as not to delay the yeast's work. In the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. And then I start to add it with a spoon. If it needs water or milk, we can add a little milk or warm water. I mean, the water is estimated and it can increase or decrease depending on the type of flour I have. This means that the amount is estimated and may be more or less depending on the type of penis I have. Now I will start kneading with my hands as well. If I feel that it needs flour, I can add some flour. After that, we clean a well and sprinkle some flour because the dough still needs a little flour, and I put the dough on it and start the dough. That's it. The dough has kneaded well until it is soft. It remains elastic like this, but it does not stick to the hands. Now I will cut it all the way before it cooks. Of course, cut them into the size you want and we will try to make them approximately the size of each other. After I divide the dough into equal squares, I will drop them and leave them when they rise. I will put flour under them so they do not fall. After a drink of wine, I will begin to spread it, sprinkle flour under it, put flour on top and spread it in the name of God. That's it. After I drove him away, I would put it on the tray that I put on the fire. He would put it on his face, meaning I would stay on the tray forever. It is in the name of God, the most gracious, the most merciful. Of course, the tray is hot. After the kids get hot, the fire is medium. It's not quiet or usual. Leave it until it sticks to you from underneath and then turn it over. With time, turn it over. And I go back to some of my second life like Ib. Thank you. That's it, I'll go out and put it on the plate, but put it under a towel so it doesn't sweat on the plate and come back. This is what it looked like after I took it out. God willing, it is a very beautiful road. It's damaged. I will leave it behind and cover it and do the rest. I will finish it in the same way. If I were to transport the loaf that I said I did not know how to transport, I would move it on the crossbow. I stop the situation like this and make it easy for her after that. He is serious. This is what a shawarma nest or shawarma bread looks like after I mixed it. In the name of God, God willing, it is very beautiful and I did not waste time or effort. It is beautiful. It is very tasty. It is. You can make it a little thicker or thinner. The one below is what I did, meaning the number above. This is the last one I did a little cheating on, but it is beautiful in any case, and the smell of the milk in it is strong and sweet. That's it. God willing, it is beautiful, saves time, and is not expensive at all. Try it, God willing, you will like it in its beauty and everything.